But let's get into this one.
Yenny is working the night shift
The
at a
bank
cash
heist
depot
of
in
the
Sweden.
century.
She's counting banknotes, tons of money. But by now it's just pieces of paper to her. Counting banknotes,
they're in Sweden.
tons of money. But by now it's
2009.
just pieces of paper to her.
Yo, Jesse,
Routine,
what's
really.
happening?
Just like these headphones she and the others are wearing to block out the noise.
Yeah, I'll probably
But
do that.
suddenly,
Yeah,
a new
I'll probably do
sound
that.
starts to creep in. Wait, is that a helicopter? This is the beginning of one of the most spectacular bank heists in history. Robbers will strike several.
Y'all do bank robberies still occur, bro? Do people still rob banks? I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of different things that you could do now that are probably better than actually going and robbing a bank. Like, what was the last prominent bank robbery? This happened in 2009, so it's not that super long ago. But there's no way people still do it.
Locations across Sweden at the exact same time. The police will be outmatched, the authorities humiliated, and millions in cash will be stolen.
Millions.
The chase will lead investigators
In
to Eastern
2009,
Europe.
y'all, this is crazy.
And, of all things, the security camera at a local McDonald's will provide a crucial clue. We dug through countless court documents to piece together how the Vestberga heist
I'd rather
actually
get someone
went
to
down,
rob a bank with.
and who was really behind it.
I am not condoning that in the slightest. And then you got Jan talking about I did it yesterday. Boom, Kiko, that's your partner in crime right there. I have nothing to do with whatever y'all are about to do. Do not rope me into it. Let's rob AR's bank. Go right ahead. I don't got no money in the bank. Not a dime.
September 23, 2009. Spectacular robberies in Sweden have been making headlines for several years now. But this heist tops everything. As the international press turns its attention to the small town of Vestberga, the authorities are clueless. How much money was stolen? How many robbers were involved? And why couldn't the police stop them? According to a Swedish daily newspaper, police didn't reach the cash depot until 30 minutes after the alarm was triggered.
30
Meanwhile,
minutes?
the nearest police station.
In this day and age of technology, it took y'all 30 minutes to reach the bank? How is that possible?
Is only a 15-minute walk away.
Tiff is very clear.
What happened? Official statements are vague. The security company that owns the cash depot stays quiet too. G4S is one of the largest security firms in the world. They install security systems and protect sites
For
such as
one
nuclear
Saturday.
power plants in the US
Yeah.
and even the Pentagon.
Don, you're always
Right before the
working.
end
So
of the
I
month,
can't even blame
depots
you,
like this
bro.
one are packed with cash. So people across Sweden can withdraw their salaries the moment the money arrives. A pretty good time to strike. So far, only one thing is clear. This is the first robbery in Sweden to use a helicopter.
I'm about to say, how did
A
they get
Bell
away with a
206.
helicopter, bro?
It's a relatively small light chopper, one of the best-selling models ever. It can carry 5 people, including the pilot, but it isn't built for heavy loads. A well-known Swedish criminologist speculates that the robbers could have stolen up to 1 billion kroner from the depot. Back then, about $130 million. Helicopter experts, on the other hand,
That is like an unfathomably insane amount of money to steal from a bank. Do banks even hold like physical cash anymore? Like, do they have freaking safes with money in them? I don't think they do.
and say that carrying that much cash, it should have crashed. So how the hell did they pull this off?
Zero.
September 23,
Zero,
the
Jesse.
early morning
That's
hours.
the number I'm gonna give you.
Mittinga, a small town known for its sea views and peaceful atmosphere, is asleep. Alongside holiday homes, the town also has a hangar, housing these 2 helicopters. They belong to the Stockholm police. And this man sneaking through the bushes has his eye on them.
So you're telling me, not only did they get away with using a helicopter, they stole it from the police? Oh, nah. I'm not gonna lie. Sweden. I don't know. How safe is Sweden as a country, bro? Because this doesn't seem that safe to me.
Under each arm, he's carrying a plastic box. The man places the first box in front of the hangar. Then he moves to the back and places the second one. Then he returns to the hangar's entrance and pulls out a hatchet. He smashes the numbered entry pad several times. Finally, he disappears back into the darkness. And then, nothing happens. The man walks to the nearest bus stop and gets rid of his gear. His part of the job is done.
So he
now
burns
it's up to the
too.
others. Back at the depot. Down here, Jenny and her colleagues are counting.
But this is smart too. It's like they hired or they got people to do like small parts of a job. Like no one is constantly doing multiple things, at least based off this. So that makes it harder for them to track every single person that like took part in it, bro. That's insane. This was like fully coordinated.
In cash.
In 2009. This is not like there's technology to stop this, bro.
Up here, a Bell 206 barrels toward the building. With remarkable precision, it lands on the roof, perfectly positioned between the glass pyramid and the edge. 3 people jump out. One is carrying a submachine gun. Another runs straight toward the pyramid and swings a huge sledgehammer at the glass.
Pink?
Again and again. Meanwhile, his accomplice calmly unloads his gear. Explosives, climbing ropes, and mailbags. 2 ladders are attached to the helicopter's skids. The robbers detach one of them and set it down beside the chopper. After a few more swings, the glass gives way. The helicopter lifts off. The robbers enter the building.
I probably did, Ash.
Yenny's boss spots them. He knows they're coming for the counting room, so he rushes back and yells,
"Secure the money!"
Secure the
Then
money.
he triggers the alarm and
So
calls
there was
building
people
security.
in there too.
Yenny still doesn't fully clock what's going on, but her boss's instructions are clear. The cash has to be locked away in these cages made of reinforced steel, secured with padlocks.
They have
It's still
explosives.
quiet at the police station, about a 10-minute drive from Vesberga. Inspector Gurun Palm is
That
about
brother
to finish his
chilling,
shift.
bro. Little
He's
does
waiting for
he
his
know.
colleague to take over. When suddenly, the alarm sounds. Immediately, Inspector Palm rushes to his car. A colleague jumps in after him. They're told that the alarm came from the G4S cash depot. Helicopter, armed men, on the roof. Palm speeds toward the scene. He feels like he's starring in a Hollywood movie. Soon, they're closing in on the depot, when Palm spots something on the road. The officers jump out of the car to find out what just happened. Chains, stretched across
Oh my gosh. Yo, these motherfuckers are thinking like 20 steps ahead. This is some Eisen level stuff, bro. So you're telling me they hijacked the route that the police were gonna take, bro. They put spikes to hit the tires. And I'm wondering, I'm like, how did it take them 30 minutes to get there? This is why. But they didn't call backup? What? Yeah, this is like according to the video, the bank heist of the century. And I'm not gonna lie, these motherfuckers are cooking, bro. They either built it or they got it somehow.
entire road and studded with spikes.
This is crazy.
The robbers are inside the building now. They set up a ladder to climb up to the 6th floor. The main vault where the money is usually stored is on the 2nd floor.
And the crazy part is that's probably like they probably got someone just to do that. Like they probably got someone specifically just to put spikes in the road. And that's it. They have nothing else to do with it besides putting spikes. That's crazy.
But the counting room is up here. To get there, this glass pane needs to go. Hitting it with a sledgehammer doesn't work. So the robber uses explosives. He presses a bomb made of dynamite against the glass, connects a wire, and detonates it. They enter the office and smash through this simple door. Now, just a single steel door separates the robbers from the cash depot's staff. In the counting room, the staff is still frantically securing the money. When they hear the explosion, they panic. The team leader has been trained for a lot of things, but not for this.
Not this.
Then there's another explosion.
Bow.
The robbers are trying to get through the door.
Oh, snap.
The explosion mangles the metal around the handle, but it stays intact. But after a third explosion, smoke enters the room.
Oh my god.
The staff needs to get out
This
of here.
is insane,
Fast.
bro.
The team leader orders everyone into the main vault on the second floor. They leave the room through a secondary exit, take the stairs down several floors, and enter an airlock just outside the main vault. The airlock is designed for one person. Now 14 people have to squeeze inside.
That's crazy.
Including a pregnant woman.
Oh my god.
In this hermetically sealed room, there's no cell reception. The group leader can't call building security or anyone else. And the door to the vault won't open. They're stuck. Their colleagues in the vault room are also panicking. Building security has instructed them to keep the airlock door closed. They have no visual on the robbers. Maybe they're even hiding among the employees in the airlock. It's so cramped in here that no one can move. The air is stuffy, the heat almost unbearable.
Oh my god.
Yenny's colleague struggles to pull out a photo of her daughter. If the robbers want to get into the vault by blowing their way through the airlock, no one here will survive. Meanwhile, the robbers have entered the counting room.
And they have footage
They carve
too.
into the cage's padlocks with a buzzsaw. The locks are gone within seconds. While they're packing, they seem oddly calm, as if they know that no one will catch them anytime soon. Robbing a place is a pretty unethical way to make money. But let's look at this list real quick. The chains Palm drove into aren't the only ones. All around the depot, every access road is blocked by metal chains about 10 meters long. If a police car drove over one of these chains, its tires would instantly be sliced open.
What?
The robbery's been in progress for more than 15 minutes now.
Bro.
The helicopter's still circling above, meaning the robbers are still inside. Police request aerial support from the military, but the armed forces can't provide any aircraft. Instead, police helicopters are ordered in.
Everything is going
We don't know
wrong,
exactly
bro.
how, but Inspector Palm eventually gets close to the depot. He sets up a roadblock a few hundred meters away from the building. When Palm and his colleagues ask whether they're allowed to fire at the helicopter, the answer is a strict no. It's too dangerous. Instead, they're ordered to wait for the National Task Force. Palm is frustrated.
They can't do
All
anything.
All he can do is stand there and wait. Luckily, a police helicopter must already be on its way. Or is it?
No, they
At
didn't.
5:30 in the morning, police officers in Mittinga receive an alert. Robbery ongoing, a helicopter is involved. Air support required. 2 officers race toward the hangar. Their helicopter was returned just hours earlier. They'll have it ready in 10 minutes and be over Vestberga 15 minutes after the alarm. But at the entrance, they stop. Is that a bomb? There's no way they can reach the helicopter.
Oh my
And even if they could they really risk taking off in a fuel-filled helicopter next to explosives? The 2 officers have only one option: call in the bomb squad and wait at a safe distance. So the White Bell 206
Bro, this is the most elaborate bank robbery ever, bro. This is crazy. Like, they thought of like every little thing, everything. Or so I think. I don't know if they get caught or not. Maybe they forgot something, but it seems like they're thinking of everything, bro. Literally, this is on some like Gotham City timing. Oh my gosh. This is like the police officers waiting for Batman to get on the scene to try and like save them, bro, because they can't do anything about it.
keeps circling above the cash depot, unbothered. The security team watches as the intruders reappear in the courtyard and make their way toward the roof, carrying at least 7 bags. They hoist them up.
It
The 3
probably
men
took
climb
them
the ladders.
ages, honestly.
One hesitates for a moment, as
I
if he
wouldn't be
wants to go back
surprised.
in to get more of the money. Then they jump into the helicopter,
Motherfucker was
bags
about to
in
get
hand.
greedy, bro.
And just 30 minutes after hitting the cash depot, they disappear into the morning sky. When the SWAT team enters the building, the robbers are long gone. Finally, the airlock door in the cash depot opens.
Crazy.
The team leader, Yenny, and her colleagues are safe.
Freaking
At the police hangar in Mittinga, the bomb squad is in full swing. They use a water cannon to neutralize the bombs. But there are no explosions and no smoke. As the special unit approaches,
It's a fake.
they find 2 very wet plastic boxes with lights attached.
It's a fake.
They fell for dummies. Meanwhile, about a
Oh
kilometer
my
away,
gosh,
firefighters are putting
bro.
out a small roadside fire at a bus stop. In the ashes, they find remains of a mask, gloves, a hatchet, a canister, and a lighter. Around 6 a.m., people in nearby towns spot an object
I'm realizing too, Because someone earlier also did the same thing. Like they burn their stuff, like their mask and their gloves, things that might have like their DNA on it. Well, besides their clothes, obviously. Like they just burn it.
Object in the sky. A small white helicopter flying unusually low and slow over the forests. Not a single light is on. The robbers land in a forested park. They take everything with them, leaving only a GPS device and a few cable ties behind. Investigators find the helicopter about 2 hours later. They learn it was stolen from a flight school about 70 kilometers northeast of Stockholm just after 4 a.m.
This is crazy.
A manhunt is underway this morning.
As the country wakes up, the heist dominates the news.
This is crazy.
A reward of about $900,000 is offered for information on the robbers.
A mill.
The next day,
They put a
the Swedish
mill on
police
their
still
heads.
have no suspects, despite the fact that they knew about the planned helicopter heist long before it happened.
Really?
A month before the heist, Swedish police receive a warning from Serbia's intelligence service. A crew of international thieves is planning to strike. Serbian police even share specifics. A helicopter is to be used. 3 robbers will carry out the job,
So they knew-
backed by a group of
they knew
around 20
everything.
people. The chopper will land on the roof of a multi-story building. The crew will
No, Nick, this is they could probably make a whole movie about this, bro. That like a whole movie could probably come around this. It's crazy how like these things happen like in history. Like there would be like unfortunately like a mass killing or something or like a bank robbery like this and then we just turn it into movies. Like that's crazy, bro. It's crazy how we could turn something so serious into entertainment. Oh my gosh. I just find that crazy.
blast their way inside and in under 5 minutes grab the
But it's so
equivalent of roughly
interesting.
$13 million.
It's so interesting.
The whole thing will go down by September 16 at the latest. If not, the plan will be called off. The Swedish police put security measures in place. The public prosecutor authorizes phone surveillance of 2 suspects. As a precaution, police helicopters are moved from Ittinga to a safe location. For the planned break-in, the police identify the most likely target, the Panaxia Cash Depot in Bromma, in western Stockholm. The second most likely target, the G4S Depot in Västberga.
That's the one that
For
they
4
went
weeks, authorities remain on high alert, reinforcing their task forces during the nights around September 16. But then, nothing happens, in Bromma or in Västberga. So the police end the special operation, and the police helicopters move back to Mittinga. That's not the only vulnerability the robbers.
I find it surreal how like there's footage of this too. Like that makes it even cooler. Not cooler because like obviously what they did is wrong. I mean, it's interesting though. That just makes it crazy, bro. Like we actually see the helicopter, we see the spot that they robbed. We saw video of them breaking the freaking lock, bro. Like that's crazy.
Exploit. In the early 2000s, Sweden sees a string of robberies.
Yeah.
The company's
I'm not gonna lie, I was in like a similar kind of phase. Like when I was a bit younger, I would also like get into that stuff too. I don't know why, that stuff is just interesting. It really is.
hit hardest are the ones that run cash depots. They're looking for help, including from the government. As early as 2005, a security company urged the government to place all cash depots and similar facilities under state protection. A formal review followed and ran for 3 years, but the Ministry of Defense took no action. Because the authorities never classified these facilities as protected sites, virtually anyone can access the building's blueprints.
Have you watched the amazing? Yeah, I've watched the first 2 episodes. I watched the first 2. It's pretty interesting.
Floor plans of the roofs and facades, staircases and windows, everything neatly documented level by level. A Swedish news outlet later asked G4S whether the company had attempted to make the Vesberga building plans confidential. G4S didn't respond. But by then, it didn't matter. The money was gone. And so were the thieves.
$1 billion in
But they
their
didn't
currency,
vanish without
bro.
a trace. In fact, they left quite a bit behind. The burned remains at the bus stop in Mittinga, for example. The cable ties used to secure the ladders to the helicopter.
GPS.
The sledgehammer that smashed the glass roof, including bloodstains.
Oy.
Because the heist was so meticulously planned, police believe the masterminds must have had military training. In all of Sweden, only a small circle of people could be capable of pulling off a coup like this. Thanks to the warning from Serbia, The Swedish police started surveilling this circle in time. Now they're sitting on a mountain of data, calls, texts, pages upon pages of logs. One of the people under surveillance is a man called Goran Bojovic, a 38-year-old Swede with parents from Montenegro. Until recently, he worked as a construction contractor. According to Serbian wiretaps, he was recently in contact with a childhood friend, Milan Zevo, who made a career in a completely different field, the Stockholm Mafia. Zevo has since relocated to Serbia's capital, Belgrade. In 2009, Bojovic traveled to Belgrade multiple times to meet Zevo. According to the wiretap, Bojovic handed over large sums of money during these visits. Swedish police realized that Bojovic is asking Zevo for help. At the end of August, the two speak on the phone. You know what? I called a school here and asked how much it costs to learn it. 15,000 euros. Bojovic wants to learn to fly a helicopter. Zevo shuts the idea down. Pilot training would take way too long. So Bojovic starts looking into another solution. It's September 2, 3 weeks before the heist.
This is so
Bojovic is in his car, driving
bro.
toward Hepsholmen, the small island in Stockholm. It has a museum right on the waterfront. Bojovic is here to meet these two men. They've been waiting for him. He walks up to them and sits down between them. Just a few meters away, a woman walks her dog. Her real job is to observe Goran Bojovic. She can't hear exactly what the men are saying. She can only keep an eye on them. The three chat for about 5 minutes with Bojovic doing most of the talking. Then, handshakes. One man walks with Bojovic to his car while the other gets into a Peugeot and drives off. On September 28, 5 days after the heist, the police and a Swedish court announced that 6 suspects have been arrested.
Oy, so
One
they
of the
caught them.
suspects is Goran Bojovic.
Yeah.
Searching his apartment, investigators found a bag containing about 118,500 kroner,
That boy got
roughly
caught.
$15,000 at the time. He's believed to have put the team
You should watch Searching for a World That Doesn't Exist. That sounds interesting, I'm not gonna lie. I'll add it to the queue.
together.
Low key though, I might get to playing Trees Hate You after this. I'll add it to my watch later, Nick. I got you. Thank you for the suggestion.
Another man is arrested at Arlanda Airport just before he can escape to the Canary Islands. The press nicknames him Flykt, which means escape in Swedish. His real name is Alexander Eriksson. He's a TV producer who runs in high society circles with
What was the
Swedish
medicine
celebrities.
for, Jesse?
He's even rumored to be in contact with the Prime Minister. Between October and December, police arrest 7 more men accused of helping plan or taking part in the heist. One of them is believed to have planted the fake bombs. His DNA is found in the remains of the gloves and the lighter.
Tell you.
In
Like, in the end, it's probably like a bunch of people that, like, if they caught everyone, it's probably a bunch of people that they caught, bro. Because one person broke the lock, one person placed the bomb, one person placed the spikes. Like, it's crazy how you got so much people on board for this to do such a little part.
January, investigators identified the man who carried the submachine gun. The police already know him. His name is Zara Kadum, and this was his second armed robbery.
Oh my gosh.
Back in 2000, he and a gang stole invaluable art from the Swedish National Museum.
And he didn't get caught.
He was caught and served 2 years in prison.
Oh, never mind.
Now he's been caught again. In July 2010, the
Repeat
public
offender.
prosecutor presses charges. While the 10 arrests are seen as a major success for the investigation, authorities believe there must have been more people involved behind the scenes. For over 10 months, the police gather evidence and interview witnesses. 50 investigators work the case full time. By now, they have a clear picture of how much the robbers managed to steal. Almost 40 million kroner, about $5 million at the time. That's how they managed to get away by helicopter,
That's crazy.
not taking too much. Just under a year after the robbery, the 10 men stand trial. 5 of them are accused of being directly involved in the heist. The other 5 face charges of aiding and abetting. The public prosecutor is confident there's enough evidence to convict all of them.
Oy.
But the men deny the charges. Take Alexander Eriksson, the TV producer. He's accused of flying the helicopter on the night of the heist. No
I'll read your
way,
chat in a
he
second,
insists.
Jesse.
His DNA in the stolen helicopter? That's easily explained, he says. After all, the chopper was stolen from the flight school he's been a member of for 15 years. The undercover officer at the museum clearly identifies him as the man in the suit at the meeting with Bojovic. Eriksson admits he was at the meeting. And yes, he talked to Bojovic. but about wind power, since Boyevich works in construction. He claims to have an alibi, too. On the night of the heist, he was involved in a car accident. But there's a problem. An hour after the supposed accident, he's spotted at a local McDonald's, about a 30-minute walk from where the helicopter was later found.
That's crazy.
Surveillance footage shows Eriksson calmly ordering breakfast just before 7 a.m.
No accident.
How did he get from a car crash in central Stockholm to a McDonald's in the suburbs?
No accident.
The prosecution is convinced that 2 of the other defendants staged the crash to give him an alibi. Surprisingly, one of them, Zada Kadhum, admits his involvement.
Bro, they even they try to cover each other's tracks, bro. This is insane. One of the most elaborate plans for anything ever, bro. What the heck?
Investigators found his blood on multiple pieces of evidence.
Yeah, he just couldn't get away.
The other defendants continued to deny any involvement in the heist. But after just 18 days of trial, 7 of the 10 defendants are convicted.
Dang.
Alexander Eriksson and Zada Kadhum are each sentenced to 7 years in prison for armed robbery. The other 5 defendants are found guilty of aiding, abetting, and protecting criminals,
So that's like a couple.
including Goran Boyevich, who also goes to prison. Before the trial, they were seen as daring, clever crooks. None of them were elite soldiers in the Balkan Wars, as was speculated. But the trial stripped them of their mystique. They turned out to be nothing more than a ragtag group of violent criminals.
I don't think you could call them ragtag. The motherfuckers nearly would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for these meddling police officers and stuff and investigators, bruh, on some Scooby-Doo time, and they nearly got away with it, bro. I don't think that's ragtag at all, honestly.
After the heist, heated debate broke out in Sweden over how such attacks could be prevented in the future. Trade unions spoke out. Handling cash creates a dangerous work environment for employees.
Credit.
So, for their protection, maybe they should just get rid of it.
Yeah.
According to a report from the banking union, 1 in 4 retail workers had already been a victim of a robbery, some multiple times. And according to an anti-cash lobby group, 2 out of every 3 Swedish kroner in circulation was actually unreported money. The helicopter heist in Vesberga contributed to a shift in thinking. Over time, cash gradually disappeared from daily life. Sweden was the first country in Europe to print paper money back in 1661. About 350 years later, it was one of the first to start abandoning it. The number of robberies in
So
Sweden
they don't use
dropped
cash at all
dramatically.
now.
In 2008, there were over 100. By 2016, it was down to just 2.
That's crazy.
Today, many shops only accept cashless payment. Theft happens online now. In 2025, the Swedish Central Bank reported that Sweden and Norway had the least cash in circulation relative to their economies
That's crazy.
of any countries in the world. But some cash is still around, and someone somewhere has quite a lot of it, because the money from the Vesberga heist was never recovered.
Oh my god. So they found some of the motherfuckers, but they didn't get everyone. Great video, bro. That's actually the title lives up to its name, bro. That might have been one of the craziest heists ever.